2, technically, lesson 10 for us, lesson 4 of factoring. Okay. So review the factoring by inspection. So based off of yesterday, remember, we've been doing the product to equal C, sum to equal B. That's exactly what we're doing our warm-up. That's why we're doing the sum product thing. Okay? Looking for two numbers that multiply to get C, that add up to get B. Okay? In order to factor x squared plus 6x plus 9, we need to find two numbers whose product is 9 and whose sum is 6. Okay? So in that case, it'd be 3 and 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. Again, that's the puzzle. That's the game, right? That's what we're doing. So then when we have to get a little bit more difficult is when you have a negative, because that means there has to be essentially a subtraction. So when I do that, I say product of negative 12 that is 1 apart, which would be 4 and negative 3. Because those, whoops, that's not what it wants me to write there. It wants me to write 1, and it's 4 and negative 3 for the answer on that. Okay? Because 1x. Yeah. If it's just a variable, that's a 1.
Why do we need the 4 and negative 3?
I'm just telling you what it would be if you factored it. That's what the actual answer would be. Okay, good questions. That's what I like. You guys are already dominating today. Good work. Yep. Okay, so recall the following points from the previous lesson. If the product is positive, then two integers must be both positive or both negative. If it's negative, then one's positive, one's negative. So it's talking about this is positive. That means that these will have the same sign. This is negative. That means one will be positive, one will be negative. Okay, that's for every time, right? Every time. That's from yesterday. We have actually highlighted that section yesterday. So we're just going to go a little bit further now. We're going to look at some ones with minus today. Okay, so remember, we just did this one, right? So for this time it's a negative x, so it's a negative 1. So we're looking for multiples of negative 12 that get us negative 1. So that would be x minus 4, x plus 3. Okay, I'm getting that from knowing negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1 from the sum product. Okay, so if we think about negative 18. So remember, like I said, I like to, when these are negative, I say, what are factors of 18 that are 3 apart? 6 and 3 should come to mind. And if you're like, how do I know which one's positive or negative? Whatever this is what the bigger number is. So if this is plus 3, it's plus 6. You can check that. 6 times negative 3, negative 18. 6 minus 3, 3. Okay, good. We'll do C here, and then I'll let you guys try these ones. Okay, remember it says where possible, so there might be one here that's not possible. Okay, but let's get up here first. So factors of 8 that give me 7, that would be 8 and 1. Since that's negative, the bigger one's negative, so it's negative 8. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video for a little bit. So I'll go ahead and try to do these. I will tell you for B and D, GCF first, and then try to factor, okay? So I'll give you about 3 or 4 minutes here to try those. Okay, anybody want to offer their answer for A? Sure, Caleb. Okay, we put the A's first, but yeah. So it'd be A plus 9, A minus 3. Okay, this is an A here, sorry. Try to make my A's and 9's a little different. A, 9. This is an A here. A minus 3. Okay. How about B? So B, we need GCF first. What's the GCF we can do? 2. Good. So we can take a 2 out. So then you're left with that. And then we want to factor this now, if we can. Does that factor?
Yes.
Negative 5, negative 2. Good. Okay, yeah, you want to try C, Luke?
And
x plus 3, and then you got what? Okay, so the only thing about that is what's 3 times 6? That's okay. So that's 18. That's all right. So does anybody else have anything for C? No takers? Well, let's just run through it. 6 and 1, 3 and 2 are your only options. Are any of those 3 apart? Not factorable. 6 and 1, 3 and 2. Neither are 3 apart. Okay, so we can't do anything. Okay. What's the GCF for D? 4, yeah. X squared. It's important you get the x squared out of there. That makes it x squared minus 4x minus 5. Can we factor that? Yeah, this factors to what?
4x squared x minus 5.
Good. And there you are. Factored. Done. Okay, am I skipping over things too fast? Anybody have any questions? So on B and D, we had a GCF first. Remember I said on top of the factoring tree, on your progression through factoring, immediately say, can I GCF? Especially right now because we don't know what to do if there's a number in front. Things change. Okay? All right, we just got a little bit left here. Short lesson today, I believe. Yep. Okay, here we go. Factoring trinomials in this form. So now this is where you guys are going to start to kind of lose your mind a bit because it's about the pattern. You're like, oh my gosh, 2 variables. Okay, but don't worry about that. Okay, I'll show you why. So when we factor this out, this can be factored to x plus 4, x plus 2, no problem. Okay, but then the only thing that changes, if I do x plus 2y times x plus 4y, it still has the same stuff except for a y is added to the middle and the end. So this would be plus 6xy plus 8y squared. So look, x times x is x squared. X times 4y is 4xy. 2y times x is 2xy. 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Y times y is y squared. So it's still the same thing. So x squared plus 6xy plus 8y squared can be factored to x plus 2y, x plus 4y. So you're saying, well, how does that apply to A? Well, focus on the 30 and the 13 still. Because what happens is we know every time we kind of cheat, don't we? We say, oh, we know it starts with an x, right? Well, we also know that the end has to have a what? A y. Because it's y squared. How else would there be a y squared? So then you say, okay, factor the 30 get you 13 is 3 and 10. You put that with the y. And that's all. That's all you have to do when you have the 2 variables. So you're really doing the same stuff. It's just accepting you have to have a y on the second term. Okay? So again, I'm going to cheat. Sorry, I won't cheat too much. The other thing I can do here, it's a negative. One has to be positive, one has to be negative. I know that, right? I've done no work yet other than understanding the pattern of I have 2 variables, so one has to be x and y. A negative means a positive negative. Now I have to do, what are factors of 72? There's 71 apart. 72 and 1. And that's, I can just leave that. You can put a 1 here if you want, but you don't have to. That's it. Okay, questions there? We got one more. If you have questions now, ask. Take a look at it. Okay, no questions? Okay, so we're going to do the last one. So this one, I see a 3 in front, so that kind of freaks me out. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm going to see, can I pull it out? I can. So I take the 3 out. That gives me this. 252 divided by 3. Can somebody do that for me? 84. Thank you. So there we are. Okay. Now I'm going to do my, like I said, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put an A and a B because I know they have to be in there. I'm going to do an A and a B. That's a negative, so one's positive and one's negative. Factors of 84 that are 5 apart. 12 and 7. Okay? It's 12 and 7. Since that's a negative, the bigger one's negative, so I put the 12 with the negative. I put the 7 with the positive. And you're done. That's in factored form. It's written as a product. Okay? All right. That is it for lesson 10. Okay.